Karena baru pertama kali ini saya bisa berjumpa, selamanya hanya melihat dari video kalau beliau kunjungan ke luar negeri, tapi sekarang bila dia di tempat on the spot saya bisa berbicara. Malah tadi ditanya-tanya, oh Romo sudah berapa lama? Oh saya sudah di sini sudah 15 tahun. Asal dari mana? Dari Madiun. Oh sudah lama, sudah bisa bahasa sini loh. Oh ya Bapak. Bapak Presiden kita ini mendunia dan khususnya di tetangga di negara Filipina di mana kita ini tinggal. Orang Filipina sering bertanya bagaimana Indonesia, dan kita setelah memperkenalkan kami punya Bapak Presiden, Bapak Wibianto yang begitu luar biasa. Itulah, senang kesannya senang.
Do you have any questions? Only for the fighters now, I think. They want to ask about Iran and a couple of other things.
I can try on Iran.
Go ahead.
I'll bridge this. Here you go.
Yes,
You're facing. Well, I'll try. Wait. This will work. You're facing an opponent right now in Iran that has refused to submit. You seem optimistic now that you may be closer to a deal. What's different about this moment now than in other moments where a deal has seemed close?
Well, why do you say they refused to submit? You don't know that. You don't know what's going on.
They were firing on U.S. ships a few days ago.
Yeah, I know. A few days ago is a long time ago. You know, in the world of war, a few days ago. No, they want to make a deal badly. And we'll see if we get there. If we get there, they can't have nuclear weapons. You know, it's very simple. But what's not to submit? So they had a Navy with 159 ships, and now every ship is blown to pieces and lying at the bottom of the water. They had an Air Force, lots of planes, and they don't have any planes. They don't have any anti-aircraft. They don't have any radar left. Their missiles are mostly decimated. They have some. They have probably 18-19%, but not a lot by comparison to what they had. And their leaders are all dead. So I think we won. Now it's only a question of, look, if we left right now Iran, it would take them 20 years to rebuild. You would call that, we're in good shape, right?
Fantastic.
We're in good shape. And now we're doing well. Now we have to get what we have to get. If we don't do that, we'll have to go a big step further. But with that being said, they want to make a deal. We've had very good talks over the last 24 hours, and it's very possible that we'll make a deal.
So,
Yeah,
Mr.
please.
President, thank you, Mr. President. Good to see you. What are the status of these talks? Said they're very good. Just give some insight as to where
Well,
we are
had
at this
talks,
point.
and we've had some good talks before, as you know.
Right.
And all of a sudden, the next day, they're like, they forgot what happened. You know, they're proud, like these guys are proud. Nobody more proud than these guys. Sometimes they fight on pride because, you know, they're injured, they're hurt. No matter how great you are, you get hit by somebody else that looks like them. It's very tough, but they have great pride. These people have great pride. The others do too. Enemies have great pride. We went into Venezuela. Smart people, great people. They have a really strong military. We won it very quickly, and we have a fantastic. It's been a great thing for Venezuela. The people are really happy. They're dancing in the streets because they have a lot of money coming in through the big oil companies that are all moving in. I was with ExxonMobil last night. The chairman was here, and we were talking about Venezuela, along with a lot of them. Chevron, they were all here last night. They all want to go there and elsewhere. We just hit a new high in the stock market. The stock market's the highest it's ever been. And I expected that the market would be down 20-25%. I was willing to do that to get rid of a crazy country. Crazy. The people, look, you know, you talk about regime change. Their first level leaders are dead. Their second level leaders are dead. Some of their third level leaders are dead. I call that regime change. But I thought we'd be down maybe 20%, and we're up. The stock market's higher now than when we started this war. And I thought oil prices would go to $200, $250. It's at $100 now. And I think you're surprised, and I'm surprised. But even if it went to 200, it would have been worth it. I understood that.
Pemirsa, Hizbullah merilis rekaman serangan drone terhadap kendaraan taktis Israel. Serangan dilancarkan di Lebanon Selatan. Drone milik Hizbullah menyerang kendaraan militer Israel di kota Al-Bayada. Target serangan tersebut adalah kendaraan berjenis Humvee. Dalam rekaman lain, drone Hizbullah mengejutkan pengemudi bulldozer Israel, di mana serangan terjadi saat bulldozer Israel sedang menghancurkan rumah-rumah di lokasi tersebut. Menggempur pasukan Zionis Israel di Lebanon Selatan. Serangan pejuang Hizbullah sasar pasukan Zionis Israel yang tengah konvoi menggunakan kendaraan rantis. 3 orang pasukan Zionis Israel diduga tewas akibat serangan drone pejuang Hizbullah. Menteri Luar Negeri Iran Abbas Araghchi melanjutkan safari diplomatiknya. Kali ini Araghchi mengunjungi atau berkunjung ke Cina. Menteri Luar Negeri Iran Abbas Araghchi tiba di Bandara Internasional Beijing Rabu dini hari. Araghchi dan disambut oleh pejabat tinggi Kemenlu Cina. Begitu tiba, Araghchi langsung bertemu dengan Menteri Luar Negeri Cina Wang Yi. Pertemuan keduanya tak hanya membahas hubungan kerjasama antara dua negara, tetapi juga membahas upaya negosiasi damai antara Iran, Amerika Serikat, dan Israel. Kunjungan ini dilakukan tepat beberapa hari sebelum Presiden Amerika Serikat Donald Trump dijadwalkan bertemu dengan Presiden Cina Xi Jinping. Sementara itu, Amerika Serikat berharap pertemuan antara Cina dan Iran membawa hasil positif. Menteri Luar Negeri Amerika Serikat Marco Rubio mengingatkan Cina penutupan Selat Hormuz dalam waktu panjang hanya akan merugikan Cina.
About the visit, it's fine. I hope the Chinese tell him what he needs to be told, and that is that what you are doing in the Straits is causing you to be globally isolated. You're the bad guy in this. You guys should not be blowing up ships. You should not be putting mines. You should not be trying to hold hostage the global economy. I hope the Chinese bring, whether it's done privately, but I hope it's done directly, that's the message they deliver to them. As I outlined earlier today, China is an export-driven economy.
Menteri Luar Negeri Iran Abbas Araghchi sebelumnya melakukan safari diplomatik ke sejumlah negara seperti Rusia hingga Pakistan. Hal tersebut dilakukan Iran untuk mencari dukungan diplomatik di tengah meningkatnya tensi di Timur Tengah.
Menteri Luar Negeri Iran Abbas Araghchi pada 28 April lalu berkunjung ke Saint Petersburg untuk bertemu Presiden Rusia Vladimir Putin. Pertemuan yang berlangsung lebih dari 1,5 jam di Menlo Iran telah menghasilkan gagasan-gagasan yang baik antara kedua negara. Sejumlah topik dibahas mulai dari hubungan bilateral, isu-isu regional, hingga kerjasama antar negara. Dalam pertemuan tersebut, Presiden Rusia Vladimir Putin menguji keberanian rakyat Iran dan berjanji akan mendukung Iran. Menlu Araghchi menekankan Iran akan melanjutkan kemitraan strategisnya dengan Rusia dalam situasi saat ini. Sehari sebelumnya, Araghchi juga lakukan safari politik ke Pakistan guna membahas upaya akhiri konflik dengan Amerika Serikat. Araghchi temui Perdana Menteri Pakistan Shehbaz Sharif serta sejumlah pejabat tinggi lain. Sementara dalam kunjungan ke Oman, Araghchi bertemu Sultan Oman Haitham bin Tariq di Istana Al-Baraka Muscat membahas situasi yang berkembang dan upaya diplomatik untuk mengakhiri konflik yang sedang berlangsung.
Hari ini, Rabu 6 Mei, Presiden Amerika Serikat mengumumkan di akun media sosialnya bahwa operasi Project Freedom dihentikan untuk sementara. Lewat media sosial, Presiden Amerika Serikat menuliskan, berdasarkan permintaan Pakistan dan negara-negara lain, kami sepakat bahwa Project Freedom dihentikan sementara guna melihat apakah ada kesepakatan yang bisa diselesaikan dan ditandatangani. Sebelumnya, operasi Project Freedom ini atau proyek pembebasan kapal ini mulai berjalan pada Senin 4 Mei lalu. Amerika menyebut bahwa operasi ini seperti membimbing kapal-kapal dagang yang ada di Selat Hormuz. Namun baru 2 hari berjalan, proyek ini dihentikan sementara dengan alasan untuk mencari kesepakatan dengan Iran.